Jackson Thomas and Alan Apted last updated 12/17 the 25th of May 2018. PHOTOTEK Rusty Matua says player payments have been going on since at least the early 1990s. Kirk Hargreaves, Stuff ARL say they recognized player payments primarily as expenses, which could include travel, playing equipment, training gear, fees and mobile phones. Supplied ARL General Manager Greg Waiapu. Rugby League South Auckland Rugby League clubs are struggling to keep pace with some of the glamour clubs, who are able to pay players up to $600 a game. Rugby League in Auckland is amateur, but it has long been an accepted norm that top-end players are paid by their clubs, written off as expenses or reimbursements. A former player, who wished to remain anonymous, told Stuff he was offered up to $600 a game to leave his junior South Auckland club and join another. He later went on to play semi-professional league abroad, but said he never forgave himself for taking the money and running. Fred Moore, Auckland Rugby League set to buy New Zealand Warriors Club Rugby League returns to Auckland for another season What will happen to the Warriors under new ownership? At the time, around 2013, I was young, had a kid and that was quite a lot of money, he said. Looking back, I'm embarrassed. I left my club, my teammates and my community, but like others I was lured by the deals being offered elsewhere, and it's something that's really hurting the game out there, I reckon. At $600 a game he was costing his new club over $10,000 a season. And he said he wasn't the only player on the books. There are no Auckland Rugby League (ARL) rules or laws that restrict clubs from paying any type of payment to players. ARL General Manager Greg Waiapu said clubs were separate entities from the union and as such, ARL did not monitor clubs' legal expenditure. These payments are legal, and clubs can do whatever they like with their own money, he said. We are often told the payments are mostly third-party anyway, and individuals can do whatever they like with their own money. Manurewa Marlins general manager Daryl Woodhouse said that's not good enough and, over the years, player payments had crippled his beloved club. Woodhouse, 60, has been involved with the Marlins for more than 50 years. He said player payments had always been a taboo subject, but everyone knows it is going on. Over the years we have really been hurt by player payments. We've been pillaged for players because we simply can't compete with the money being offered elsewhere, he said. Ad feedback: these are guys that we have developed, guys that bring that mana to the jersey and who our juniors look up to, gone for a few $100s a week. Manurewa simply didn't have money to give their players, even if they wanted to, and any cash that does come in goes straight back into the club, he said. Just last month, I had a player call me and say he was interested in moving to play for Manurewa. He asked how much we would be willing to pay him. I laughed, Woodhouse said. Our player of the day gets $50. All other money goes back into our juniors. I have always said we will never pay players and I stand by that. We want players who play for the love of the game, not a cash handout. Introducing a salary cap and monitoring club expenditure would go a long way to even the playing field, he said, and called for the union to step in. Former Kiwi Ferns coach and Auckland Rugby League stalwart Rusty Matua said no club was going to incriminate themselves by saying they pay players, and it was all rumor and gossip until proven. Look, it has been happening for a long time. When I played the Kiwi internationals in our team were getting a $1,000 a game, the rest got $250 each. That was back in the early 1990s, he said. Check the player rosters of some of the top-tier teams, less than 10% of their rosters come from the club. A lot of them are South Aucklanders. If South Auckland clubs had the money, a lot of their players would prefer to stay at home and play locally, he said. Stuff.